Good evening. How's everybody doing? All right. I just wanted to go ahead and just show you some of the updates I did with the engine 418. Okay, this MP-36-3C from Atlas. Okay, I went on that. I did some upgrades. Of course, as you can see, I had added truck lights as well as the engine house lights and stuff, the engine house step lights. Okay, same thing on the other side. Okay, same thing on the other side. Yeah, I did add some of the weathering according to what the engine looks like today. What we have, okay, you know what I'm saying, we go ahead and cut the light on, I added some depth to those fans or whatever, so that way, it has that more see-through effect, okay, as well as the exhaust stack and stuff, you know what I'm saying. I had to open up and put a screen on there. So, also in the cab, let's go back here, okay, as you can see, out of the cab, an event recorder camera, as well as crew figures, okay, because, we all want the engine to look alive, all right? So, and of course, you know what I'm saying, I had to add the scale chains and everything, but I added my own chains and everything. My only gripe with Atlas, okay, is they're very cookie cutter. And when they daggone do their models and stuff, hopefully one day, someday soon, they can go ahead and perfect that, especially when it's a gold line. Okay, I went on ahead and I added some depth to the radiator grills as well as the generator grills, the head and power generator grills, the dynamic brake grid and everything. I added some depth and stuff so that way I can get rid of that toyish look. Some wiring and stuff for, head and power, the receptacles. Plus what I also did was I added the correct daggone the correct couple of lift bar instead of that V-shaped type deal that they got going on. So yeah, I got rid of that. All right. So we're gonna fire this thing up. There's still some more modifications I'm going to do with this locomotive. Okay, main thing. Okay, what we're gonna do. Okay, right now I got it in push mode. Okay, so say like I wanted to the number board as well as the gyrolight, okay, they're tied together, which again, a lot of us models have a hard time, really, we got an issue with that. So with the gyrolight, okay, it's got like a plastic film on the top with a circle, okay, blocking out the actual light, okay. Well, I'm gonna eventually change that soon, okay, by adding a window and knocking that plastic sheathing off, okay, that toyish-like sheathing. Also, what you notice, okay, as you can see, the coupler, okay, I got a prototype coupler on there. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Yes, the coupler does function, but this engine out there, it's not much going to be put in front of this train anyways, in front of this locomotive. So, yeah. So, say like, you know what I'm saying, man, you got the cab light and everything. I'm not going to cut that on right now. But if I'm traveling, you know what I'm saying, man, so if I'm traveling for Dolo or whatever, and, I don't need the number boards, and I'm traveling during the daylight, I got to find a way to make the gyrolight spin because, different commuter agencies have a feature. They got a feature, where, especially Chicago, because obviously some people don't know how to get out of the way. So, with the truck lights and, with a lot of these lights and everything, I do want to add the rear step lights once I change out from the ladder way to the step well, from the typical step well. Okay, I want to change that out eventually because, again, Atlas is cookie cutter. I can't complain. Also, eventually, I want to change these lights over to the warm white LEDs to make it look like actual incandescent bulbs. Okay, so yeah. Now, there's other things that I do want to add on to this engine. Of course, even in the back, I added, shelf coupler in the back for anticipation for the cars. Also notice I took that plastic daggone chain off and I added actual real scale chains on there, as you can see. And I do this with a lot of my locomotives, okay, as well as subway cars, commuter cars, wherever applicable, okay. So there's still some modification that needs to be done with this engine to get everything right, okay. So, to get it prototypically sound. Again, I still got to add the little white stripe, the little white texture to the ends of the couple of lift bar. And, when the train is in push mode, to delete the daggone tail light, because we're going to have cars behind it, we ain't going to need all of that. All that light, because the engine ain't going to travel all the way to Chicago with that backup light. With the rear light in the back. Nah, I'm gonna do all of that. It's crazy. So. There's got to be some kind of way where, I got people in the hobby, that's well versed in, changing the CVs or just doing some type of work. I'll probably do it myself, to isolate the gyrolight from the number boards because they're connected together. And that's not really, what I'm trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Have them two simultaneous together. That gyrolight should be independent. I feel every modeler feels the same way. Okay, but overall, until the cars come, the cars is on their way. Okay, as well as the Rapido's version with the Winnebago and their cars, their gallery coaches. So, be two daggone metro trains. I have not ever been to Chicago. Eventually, Shannon Hale, I will be there very soon. I will be at your wedding. I really have big plans for that. So don't worry, hold your horses. I'll be there. Shout out to Gary Smith and everything. I'll be out there soon and stuff, man. It's coming. All right, so I'm going to shut it down real quick. You know what I'm saying? I said a lot. But there's a lot of work that needs to be done, to get this engine to what its potential should be. You like, subscribe, share, like it, bump it, dump it, write it. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? One love.